Hi Pisces, welcome back. I've gone ahead and saged a little bit for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into reading. Thank you for your support on this channel. I'm kind of feeling called. Well, this one's a very abstract deck. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and grab this. We can always move on to another deck later. Pisces, messages for the Pisces. A lot of cards coming out of this. Maybe you're falling out of love with something. You could be holding back from someone, coming more into personal strength and power, especially trying to rectify bad decisions that were made in the past. Maybe you're actually taking your power back and deciding you don't want to be in a connection as well. Making a judgment call, maybe to hold back or to fight for something, has not led to the best outcome, perhaps, in some sense. I'm not sure. We do have some level of leaving something behind emotionally, definitely. Maybe there's a door or a gateway opening up. Interesting. You can see that beautiful shining door. There's could be like an opportunity of some sort as you move through this. Making a different choice is the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Could be in regards to your passions. Tell us more for Pisces. There could be something about opening up about this being, or maybe even hiding this in some sense too, but this could be coming out of a collaboration that's not working in a financial sense with who you're working with. You could have been juggling way too many priorities that is really leading you feeling stretched out, thin, maybe even broke. There is some kind of need to nourish yourself. Um, Maybe there's a lack of intuition or a lack of tapping into oneself in some sense that could really benefit. Let's continue with some tea leaf, right? I'm kind of curious. Interesting. Recognition, reward for merit on the top of the deck there. So it looks like in the future you will be able to come and collect more abundance. But how do we get there, right? So there could be a real focusing energy here is the kind of vibe that I'm getting, consolidating, focusing the energy. But let's go ahead and see. We do have that new moon approaching us, I think, on Monday. So there is a time to, like, whatever you think about right now, any new ideas or ventures or ways of going forward in a better way could be really fruitful to think about right now, so that you can manifest them, right? So Pisces, because it's going to have the strength of the moon. The moon is the womb of cosmic manifestation. It is the strongest satellite to Earth, so it anchors all the other planets, right? So all that energy, so it's really great. Yeah, something important like a new job or raise. Very interesting. You could be focused on that bag, right? So Pisces. Yeah, okay, this could actually help you, or you're seeing this as a solution maybe to overcome a problem, or you're feeling like you need to change something. Something could have been unreliable, undependable, insincere. This could have been something about career. It looks like you are approaching the right path, though, to something in your life. A lot of heavy career energy here, leadership energy, Pisces. I could be talking to a masculine, messages, opportunity or windfall. Interesting. So there is an opportunity or some kind of growth that might not be clearly evident right now, since half the carrot is under the soil, right? But it is quite big, right? Kind of the iceberg energy, right? And we don't see it we are still in that waning moon phase. A lot of, this is the point where the moon is the darkest before it comes out with that new light, with that new seed that finally breaks up through the soil, with our intention. So whatever you're thinking right now, it's kind of like that carrot in the ground. You're planting seeds, right? So Pisces, great happiness. Interesting. So you could be planting the seeds to your great happiness, maybe listening to music that vibrates you at that right frequency for your manifestation, because every particle around us vibrates, right? So everything is singing a song. We just can't hear it with our ears. So it is important that you're kind of, attracting all the right kind of opportunities and people in your life. I could be speaking to somebody who has lighter hair, blonde hair, white hair, fair men, or maybe you're just a very innocent person, or you're tapping more into your sense of innocence, into your sense of realness. There could be some kind of element of coming out of winter as well, coming out of some kind of restriction or imposed blockages. We do have Saturn finally. I believe Rick, who is a great astrologer on YouTube, it's RIK. He was talking about how we're kind of moving away from those Saturn aspects that have impacted us in the previous weeks. So you might want to check out his recent video. I think he goes into the weekend's energies as well, and as we come into that new moon. But Saturn is not being able to restrict us anymore. The past, the restrictions of the past, everything that Saturn rules. We're kind of moving more into a new paradigm shift where we're tearing apart the structures of the old, right? Pisces. Messages for Pisces. Yeah, you could have felt like something was lacking in your life in the past or something like that, and it feels like you're kind of moving out of this energy in some sense. So we're going to move on to another deck, Pisces. I can feel there's a sense of exhaustion. You could be using this weekend as a really good time to kind of, nourish yourself, your body and soul, especially if your body is feeling tired or your muscles are sore, or your bones are sore. It's really important that you're pouring into yourself to give yourself the strength so that you can continue on into the future and consolidate that energy instead of spreading yourself thin, right? A period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So this could be in relation to your career or to undependable people, that maybe you're relying on somebody for your happiness when it needs to come from within, right? Pisces, messages from Pisces. Interesting when a man loves a woman in the reverse. So maybe a man doesn't love the woman, or maybe this is a prominent movie that you need to check out in some way, shape, or form. Maybe something is kind of reverted, though, in relation to that movie or in real life versus that movie. I don't know. Pisces, messages for Pisces. Somebody here could have a good boss, or this person could be taking more control over your life. Somebody here wants you pregnant. That could be part of the frustration. This person could be, you could be a teacher, or the feminine is a teacher, or there's some kind of teacher mentality here. Like maybe like the feminine is like a wise teacher or a guide or something that needs to be, maybe you need to talk to a feminine presence in your life for more guidance. That interesting. Number 6. So something about your health or your job or your daily routine here. Let's see. 6. Very interesting. We are in that waning moon phase, so a lot of darkness around us, right? Tapping into the intuition, getting rid and cleansing so we can prepare for the new moon. Psychic development and hidden realms. Interesting. Bats. Beautiful. There is a level of transformation here, of course, right? With the bat, with the level of intuition, because they're known to be like blind, right? Or they have very good senses, and they fly through the night, right? So maybe you're flying through a confusing time, but it looks like you're going to be led to the right area. Many people believe bats to be blind, but they see using their ears to attune to vibrations and sensing things. Your intuition can see beyond the eyesight, picking up on things the rational mind sometimes misses. There has been a wonderful movement in the world to deepen intuition. Intuition just isn't it just about saying my spirit guides told me. It's about genuinely trusting the inner voice to guide you in the dark. You need space to go in the dark places so that you can put your inner knowing to the test. Doing your work is not about staying away from dark thoughts or bad feelings. It's about knowing how to pull yourself out of the darkness when you get there. So it's like a skill. It's like a practice. You know, I know the military had their own unit of remote viewing, and they had to like basically they take regular people and train them to have psychic skills. I think they closed one of the biggest cocaine busts in the DEA's history because you know all of those organizations communicate, and one of them, the DEA, put out a question for the rest of the units. Do you have any information regarding this cartel or this boat or whatever? And the remote viewing unit said, yes, we know the coordinates that these two ships will meet up. And so then the DA was able to close one of the largest cocaine busts in history, right? So that's amazing, right? So it's really a skill. Let's see. It's about knowing how to pull yourself out of the darkness when you get there. It's about being able to walk through the dark without losing your light. You are being called and guided to tap into the hidden realms of the subconscious when bat comes flying into your reading. It's time to peek into the dark caves and spaces. It's time for you to dig about your spirituality, facing good, bad, and the ugly. So that's a good movie. Maybe you want to watch that. Clint Eastwood, right? Bat advises you to stop trying and to start allowing. Allow your intuition to guide you. This could be in relation to your children, creative hobbies, joy hobbies, fun in general in your life. What do you want to manifest? How do you operate from your soul, your heart, and also your dating, sex life? Allow yourself to feel energy moving through you and your surroundings. Feel the vibrations you come into contact with and let that be your guide. Genuinely doing spiritual work isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it requires you to get deep and ugly, but above all, it requires you to be honest. Honesty means going into the dark rooms where you've tried to hide. And this is really taking power. And as soon as we shine the light in those corners, they're not as dark, right? So very interesting, very interesting. Being called to pull one of these for Pisces. Pisces messages. Oh, Lord. Calcificatio in the reverse. So there is something kind of dissolving or kind of clarity ensuing. Maybe you're seeing through the structures that are around you or used to hold you down. Interesting. Glass. Yeah, with glass here. Beautiful card. Okay. Very cool with the 3 X's. Something is manifesting into form with this newfound clarity. You can see how this kind of vessel of gold, this golden sphere of light, this golden sphere of positivity, of heart, of joy, of soul, is cutting through all this bullshit, right? This storm energy around it, this muddled, unclear thinking, and there's a real clarity. There's this beautiful, peaceful water. You could be going somewhere in nature as well. Let's go ahead and see with glass. There's a real need to kind of clarify or clean your glasses or see something a bit more clearly, right? And Pisces, Neptune on the negative can mean deception or illusion, right, as they say. But we don't talk much about Neptune on the positive, do we? Neptune can be this kind of X-ray vision, a kind of seeing into another world, ability to see spirits, hear spirits, tap into intuition, a clarity that can go through all the material bullshit around you and get to the heart of truth of the matter, where people just say, "How did you know that?" Right? So let's go ahead and see glass. There it is. Amen. This could be specifically about your home, specifically where you live, real estate matters, marriage matters, your relationship with the other people in your life in general, with your emotions. How do you relate to them? Yeah, there's something about self esteem. There's going to be a new start in self esteem, number one, or a new start in finances. Um, but it says transparency, focus, and seeing. I did speak a lot in the beginning of your reading about focusing your energies, right? Bringing it in, calling it in, bringing that clarity, because it looks like you've been stretched and you're confused, right? Which is normal if you're stretched thin everywhere. Glass transmit a sacred exchange between the alchemists and their work. It's kind of giving me like, sand to glass. There's that heat, that the fire that needs to be applied to the sand, this kind of vast amount of just other disparate pieces that forms into this cohesive whole, and a beautiful cohesive whole that holds a vessel, holds wine or something like that, right? Um, Through the glass vessel, the alchemist sees their work, and the work sees the alchemist. What was once clouded in confusion becomes focused. What was once veiled becomes obvious. How are you currently seeing the world? What is your perspective? The glass card can be thought of as the gift of true perception. With it, you naturally focus on what is the most central in your life. All else falls in the periphery. The next right action becomes clear. So you're focusing on your peace, focusing on what brings you joy, and that leads you to that clarity, right? Let's see. The next right action becomes clear. Glass is fragile by nature; it requires regular cleaning. So find daily practices that align your vision to what is true. It's easy to slip into an old mode of seeing, particularly somebody else's. So stay steady to your new alchemical lenses. Their power is mighty. The sand becoming glass. Very interesting. Glass is a separator. It puts a clear barrier between the observer and the observed. Ponder on the distance making and whether it is serving or hindering. Some speak of rose-colored glasses that shift our perspective. Take inventory of what lens you were looking through. Is the glass muddy, colored, cracked, or crystal clear? I hope you liked this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. Thank you. Take care.